we grew up with Lara Croft, so she's almost a pin-up model for us. I knew friends who did have her.
How many boys had Lara Croft on their wall?
Nearly all of them.
Everyone thousands,
PC
millions,
Gamer magazine, that you always had Lara Croft posters on your wall because she's an icon, and like you said, and she's a good-looking icon, and she doesn't look too bad in this game either.
Much like I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be surprised if there are players somewhere over the world that's got a picture of Gustav on their wall from Expedition 33.
Oh God! I instantly went to Beauty and the Beast. And I was thinking, where's he going with this
Gaston.
one? That's Gaston. No, sorry. They all sound the same to me.
But I'm sure Gaston's on a couple of walls too. Hello and welcome back to a brand new episode of everyone's favorite podcast, the Critical Arcade Podcast. I'm your co-host, Nick.
And I'm Dave.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Nick. You well?
I'm quite well, thank you. Dave, listen, you've told me several times the PlayStation 2 is your favorite console.
Shh, don't tell my PlayStation 5 that, right? I don't want to just
What
leaving
are you
and all I've got.
Scared your PS5 can hear you.
Yeah, everything hears you now. It's gonna leave and think I don't love it, and then I'm just gonna be left with a controller and like headphones and no PlayStation 5. Yeah. But yes, the PlayStation 2 was a great console and has great memories for me. Why do you ask? Why do you bring this up?
What game was your favorite?
Oh God, there were so many. But yes, I am a Final Fantasy person, so it is Final Fantasy 10.
Which one? 10?
10. I played 10 too, and I know it's very girly, but it's an alright game. I thought it was alright. I thought it was a fair enough story. And of course, SSX Tricky was my other one. I think I told you that one too, because that was
that not PS1?
No. See, now you're making me feel, oh, no, that was definitely PlayStation 2. I remember buying it at Toys R Us. It was in my hands, and we took it home. Very much PlayStation 2. Cool Borders was PlayStation 1. I don't know if you're getting those mixed up. That was
that's what I'm thinking of.
Sean White, and he had his own snowboarding game too. But no, SSX I think was just the PlayStation 2 era.
Yeah.
Why do you ask? Why are you bringing up PlayStation 2 memories?
The PlayStation 2 was right around the time that I got into gaming, and my parents never bought me a PS2, so I just kind of
stole it.
Secondhand. I had some secondhand gaming.
Fair.
I went to my friends. Do you know Dark Cloud?
Yes, I know it's on I've played like a few hours of it. I know it's on the PlayStation catalog. I know I played that a little bit. Yeah. And I also remember it being on. Do you remember when like Toys R Us and stuff used to have demo units in their shops with like Nintendo 64s and PlayStation? I know that was on the demo units quite a lot at Toys R Us and stuff. Ooh. So I knew about it, and it is very much a game I would have played, but somehow I missed it entirely. But I know it's quite popular, right?
Yeah, it was, I guess, one of the popular games. Not nearly as popular as the Final Fantasy games.
Of course.
Was Final Fantasy 9 on the PS2?
No, that was PlayStation 1. Final Fantasy 10 was the first PlayStation 2 game of the Final Fantasy era.
And the PS2 only got 10 and 12. 10. Was 11 an online game? I can't remember.
11 was kind of an online game, but yeah, it didn't work. And yes, they had 12, and then it jumped to 13, jumped to the PlayStation and the Xbox
13 was my first Final Fantasy. Okay. I'm glad I asked, because out of the two of us, you're definitely the PlayStation 2 aficionado.
That's just a posh way of saying you're older than me, right? You're definitely... You know Pac-Man, right? And you know Centipede. Yeah, just because you've got so much more experience. Yes! I was around where PlayStation 2 was the console, and it was the one everybody played. And yes, I do have lots of experience with it.
Okay, great. Because how about you introduce this week's game? Because it's gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense why I brought this up.
Okay, this week's game is the 2003 PlayStation 2 and PC release of Tomb Raider: The Angel of Darkness. Now, I was going to ask you. Do you have a history with Lara Croft? Have you played the original Tomb Raiders?
Right. So I have a very slight history with Tomb Raider. Let's say 2.
Yes.
Those are the only two. I only have 2 moments with Lara Croft. The number 2 moment with Lara Croft is me watching some kid I barely know play the old Tomb Raider games.
Yes, I had that same experience. I went around a friend's house and he showed me how to do the handstand on Tomb Raider 2. So, and so you never actually caught the bug, and I had to own this game.
I didn't. The only bug I did catch was when I watched the movie.
Oh yeah, are you?
And Angelina Jolie was Lara Croft, and I remember that movie quite fondly.
As a teenage boy,
hell yes. Hell yes.
I don't dislike her version of Lara Croft. I know it's cheesy, and the movies aren't.
That's the point.
Amazing. But they're kind of good bad.
Have you watched Spider-Man 2 recently? No, the old Spider-Man 2?
Isn't it horrible going back? I know. It is weird going back to movies. But yeah, so yours was Tomb Raider 2, watching a friend, and then the movies, and then you didn't touch it thereafter, by all accounts.
Yes, and I have had nothing to do with Tomb Raider ever since.
Oh, really? So not even like the Crystal Dynamics remake?
No, not even the new trilogy. Nothing.
Oh, okay. So this was your first dive into the Lara Croft verse, and as part of the movies, by all accounts. But this is your first hands-on. So you fundamentally went hands-on with potentially the worst Lara Croft Tomb Raider game in the genre. Was your first dive into the Tomb Raider games?
Yes. Wow. Oh, it sucks to admit it, but yes, absolutely. My first. The first Tomb Raider game that I'm playing, that the list has decided to give us, all hail the list, is probably the worst Tomb Raider game that's ever been made.
Well, you're not wrong. This has quite a stinker of a history by all accounts. Well, this game was developed by Core Design, who actually originally did the other Tomb Raider games, became quite a gaming force. They also did a game which I'm sure you've never heard of because you're a young person. Did you ever play the PlayStation 1 game Fighting Force?
What the...
It's going to. I know. It's only because I have, again, my memories bolster back to the Blockbuster video days where you went to go rent a video game for the weekend. And I always used to rent Fighting Force. And it's kind of like a Streets of Rage, but it's got rocket launchers and like guns and it's virtual fighter type of graphics. I used to love that game. And I didn't know Core Design did that one. So Core Design's actually been in my life for quite a long time that I didn't know.
Where'd they get that? Where'd they get that name, though? That sounds like Generation 1 AI made up names.
It was a simpler time in the 80s, 90s. You didn't need to be smart. You just had to be cool. They had to be sexy and buff.
Yeah, the protagonist, punching person.
Okay, he would have a cool name like Kyle or Carter.
Cool Kyle.
Tanya, that's right. Sonia. You know, they had cool names back then. And again, this was published by Eidos Interactive, which I think most people know are the Lara Croft type of games. At least originally, it kind of made them. But the fun thing about this game, which I thought was kind of crappy, is that Eidos, when they gave Core Design this game, the Lara Croft franchise, to kind of start the things off and they started to go, they as a business were going to report a loss of $2.6 million before the fiscal year. They were not doing well as a business, right? After Tomb Raider 1 released in that same year, they made $14.5 million profit, right?
Hell yeah.
So Core Design...
Hell yeah. That's the power of low poly boobies.
Yes, it really was the era where square tits were the way forward for every team.
Yeah.
But so they made this. They made Tomb Raider 2, also a banger. They made a bunch of other Tomb Raider games that did all right, and then they gave them to do Angel of Darkness, kind of like a soft reboot of the franchise because the movies were doing well.
Yes.
Yeah. And then it didn't go well, and so they dropped Core Design entirely. They completely, just because one of their games were like, okay, it is bad. This is pretty bad.
Yes, because of one bad entry, they dropped them entirely.
Yeah, but they fundamentally kind of made Eidos like a name that's now recognized kind of out throughout the gaming world.
Okay,
I thought that was kind of really harsh. Like, these were the same people that did the game that made you millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like,
I get this is business. I get that this is how the industry works, that you kind of need to keep making good games after good games, but just one flop and they left them out in the dark.
And there's so many other weird things. Like somebody pointed out that if you watch the trailer for the Angel of Darkness, you follow her ass around for like 15 seconds. It's only like a 30-second trailer, but it's all centered on her butt as she goes through hallways and stuff like that, which was, again, a simpler time. Granted, not in the 2000s, but it was a simpler time.
I've got a weird argument for trailers like that center on the protagonist's ass.
Yeah. We again.
Do you know how long we need to stare at Lara's ass during gameplay?
I know that. I got that.
How
in
long
visuals.
are we looking at Eve's ass during the entirety of the game of Stellar Blade? And I'm not being sexist. How long are we staring at Nathan Drake's ass during Uncharted?
There is some like weird camera rigs where the actual perspective is just below the waist, not the back or the upper back. It's just below that sweet spot, which we all like to follow. But also a weird, like this game had such Eidos, I think, had too much of a hand of it because it also just had so many things. Lara Croft and the Cradle of Life was being released roughly at the same time, and then they made them release the game at the like 2 to 3 days after the release of the movie because they wanted that momentum. So they had to hurry up and cut a bunch of stuff, which is a bit unfair. And of course, strangely enough, because the movie kind of bombed, it also people didn't want to buy the game, so they also had that deficit to kind of get out of too.
That still happens today. When releases are being put together, even if one needs to be rushed. If there's a series or a game that releases together, there's the potential for profit to kind of multiply.
Yeah, and it's gotten kind of out of hand nowadays. But it just goes to show it was
recently?
everywhere.
What franchise did that recently, where they kind of released two things at the same time?
Ooh, God, that's a hard question. What game and movie came out at the same time and kind of caused each other to collapse, right? Like, the movie was bad and the game was bad.
I don't think we're going to find one that
that's I can't think. The last game movie I can even think of is like Minecraft and Mario, and they both did really well, and so did their subsequent games.
They did.
I'm getting too old. Also, another weird thing, just to really get the sales up, the German version, to make sure that teenagers, or not even teenagers, 12-year-olds could play this game, they took out all the blood and kept the Lara Croft as well, just so that 12-year-olds could play it. So the age restriction
all the
system,
blood,
all of it. There's no blood in it. Okay. It's just like the pain sounds and the models.
But
just
you're
fleeting.
shooting things.
Not in Germany. You're slowly spitting little paintballs or paper wads at people.
Okay, but wait a minute. In the intro cinematic, you, Lara Croft, you kill a man.
Yes.
And you've got actual blood on your polygonal hands.
Yes.
Right?
Again, kinda. As ad would be perceived by the trailer, yes, correct.
Okay. Do they just do they just have her staring
that's a good point.
At her
that's
squeaky clean hands in shock?
That's true, because I'm pretty sure there's also blood that like seeps into the carpet. Do you think it's just a carpet shot?
Yes! What's the... Did he just spill some milk in the German trailer?
That's a good point. I kind of want to look at the German trailer now and see. Granted, German trailer would be great with this anyway, just with this German accent. This would be fantastic. One thing, like I said... But also, another side, they did say that when they went to Core, I don't know what happened at Core Design, they went there and there was no leadership in the development group, so each group was developing one thing at a time. And then when they came together to kind of put the game together, it was just a bunch of messes that didn't work together that well. So I don't really know what happened to Core Design, because they were fundamentally fantastic at their jobs.
Yeah.
And then I guess, like I said, I don't know what it's like to be them. Stress and time frames, that can do a real number on the human brain and development and stuff like that. I don't
Making a game's hard. I'm sure it mustn't have been easier 20 years ago. Even if we take a look at a recent release, Lost Solar Side. That game was in development for 8 years by Yang Bing. Was that his name?
Yes. Yes, it was. Well done.
Thank you, Dave. He tried making this game out of pure passion, but it just didn't come together in the end. Because making a game is damn hard.
Yeah, that's right. I agree.
Right? Pile on top of that stress, deadlines, budget cuts need to be made. Making a game's almost impossible, and now you need to make it good.
Yeah, no, I agree. That it sounds like it's a nightmarish stuff just thinking about it, right? We all, everything's going well, but then they said, oh no, you need to do everything within like 2 more months because the movie's coming out and Lara Croft's going to be on the big screen, so we need it now. It's got to be horrible. It'd like your boss just coming to you to work and say everything you did yesterday needs to be finished, and then 6 more weeks worth needs to be finished the next day. But anyway, so it had a weird, messy, kind of got dropped by Eidos, which I think is mean because, again, Eidos potentially would not even be a whole, a big company name in the gaming sphere if it hadn't been for Tomb Raider. So that's kind of mean.
Exactly. But Tomb Raider and then eventually Mankind Divide. No, what's that? Deus Ex.
Deus Ex. I liked Deus Ex. I didn't mind the new games. The Invisible Wars is bad, though. So again, I'm an older gamer. I grew up with Eidos. I played a lot of Eidos games in my time.
You were there when Fire was discovered.
I was there with Og and Chug. We were great. We had a great time. We did so many Shadow Bunnies. It was great. Okay, Tomb Raider games. Fundamentally not well known for like an amazing narrative, particularly the first ones. But
really?
All I remember is the first one had dinosaurs. I can't actually remember the story, but I can't remember...
like a secret T-Rex. That's what I remember as well.
And I can't remember, like, story-wise, how they squeezed a T-Rex in, and it was like, oh, that makes sense. It was, who it's gonna have. It's a jungle. There's going to be T-Rexes there.
Let's take a look at the company Tomb Raider keeps, okay? The two big franchises that kind of all sit in the same circle.
Yeah.
Tomb Raider. Yeah. It's 2 buddies, Uncharted, and Indiana Jones.
Nice. I'm glad you were correct with both those. Yes.
Neither of those other 2 franchises are very steeped in reality.
That's very true. Actually, now you say that is actually very, very true. Okay. No, you're right.
Indiana Jones finds the Ark of the Covenant and it melts a couple of Nazis. Sure.
You had to take a while to remember your Indiana Jones then, didn't you? You were like, what was there? The Ark of the Covenant? The Holy Grail? What's the other one? I just know he rips it out out the chest.
Temple of Doom.
Yes,
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh, no. I don't mention that one.
Okay,
I don't even know what the new one's called.
Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
But you're right. It starts off in like normal and then goes a bit batty wampus.
Exactly. Uncharted did the same thing because now all of a sudden there are Yetis.
Yes, that's true. And those zombie things in the submarine, right? That was freaking
zombie things in the submarine? Okay, now all of a sudden a T-Rex in Tomb Raider isn't that far-fetched.
Okay, maybe you're right. But this game, let's jump to the narrative of this game, right? So this is Tomb Raider, or Lara Croft, stuck in a... I'm on the run because people think I killed someone, but I didn't kill someone. And then... it goes, Batty. It goes... I like the issue.
No, I get what you mean. They were trying to go for a more mature, more gritty murder mystery setup.
It reminded me of like Bourne Supremacy and Bourne Identity, right? The kind of thing where someone's stitched up, but I've got the skills to get out of it. And I'll chase them down, right?
Salt. Have you watched Salt?
I have not watched Salt, but I know it exactly. That's also Angelina Jolie.
It is exactly why I brought it up.
Okay. Yes, that same type of thing. So at the beginning, I was down. I was like, okay, gritty, not many tombs to be raided, but I'm with it. Let's take on. Let's go to Prague. Let's go to Paris. I'm there.
All for when franchises kind of shake it up.
Yes, same here.
I know it's called Tomb Raider, but you're right. If there are less tombs to be raided, but the game's good, I'm still on board. Agreed.
And I liked the story premise. I liked a lot of people complain because Van Croy, the gentleman who gets shot and you're put up for his murder, so to speak.
Yeah.
Said she tells him that you didn't even come looking for me, but at the end of the last Tomb Raider, he's literally looking for her in the rubble but can't find her. So the story seems to be a bit cut apart. But anyway, you kind of find yourself knocked out. You wake up, Van Croy's murdered, blood everywhere, it's pinned on you, you've got to escape and find out the people who did it. So you go to Paris, and you go to Prague, and you go into nightclubs. Again, very like John Wick. I thought, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Lara Croft in nightclubs, very cool. Drains. Again, I did like you go to Paris and you go to the Louvre. I think that was like a natural progression in the story. I did like that. Who doesn't want to sneak into the Louvre and
exactly. It needs to be
Lara
done.
Croft's.
It needs to be done with these types of games. They did it. I'm thinking of Mission Impossible, where Tom Cruise kind of.
Yes. It's kind of the same-ish by all accounts. Same kind of like singly skilled character that
exactly,
takes on.
and that's the fantasy with these types of games. You're one character who can do everything.
Yes, that's very much. She really is a jack of all trades and master of all by all accounts.
I don't like these types of games because just a person who can do everything, that's not a character trait. That's just a skilled person, which is why true. I don't like people like Aloy.
Yeah, but you say that, but do you dislike Agent 47? That guy can pretty much do everything and he's cool as hell.
And bland as a bag of rocks.
And bold, like me, so he's like one of the things I look up to. He's one of my heroes. Yeah, and he's
love him. Agent 47's the best.
That's right. Yeah, I should get one of those barcodes on my neck just so that I can get that. I can just power stance everywhere. And but then it goes a little mental near the end. I kind of liked that. Again, ladies, there's a killer around in Europe killing people, and it's kind of coming along into the same stories, it's starting to mix, and now you're kind of after the killer, and then that's kind of cool. And then it goes, it dives deep into that just whoa, what the hell is going? Now you're trying to release someone from Niflheim.
Whoa! What did you just say?
I don't say it right. Niflheim.
No,
I know
it's
in
the
God of War.
Nephilim. But what did you just say? You're trying to help someone escape hell?
No. You're trying to stop someone from resurrecting someone from Niflheim, right? That's the one of the poor crap. They're trying to use the Sanglyph to awaken the. What did I write down his name? The
What's going on? Nephilim? What do you mean? I thought we were hunting an assassin who killed an 80-year-old.
No.
Now you're telling me we're going to Midgard?
I instantly thought of God of War and had to look up if I'd seen this before because of course God of War
Niflheim's one of the realms.
Right? And but you do.
Okay,
it stops being about solving murder and starts being about stopping someone from awakening a mythical being that's going to kind of take over the world. And then, without putting too many spoilers, one of the people you're friend with is actually a shapeshifter who's actually
Whoa, what?
Yes.
No, I don't believe any of this.
I kid you not. There's
what
even magical.
This is supposed to be the more mature, gritty mystery game. This is supposed to be grounded.
Oh no, this is it. 60-70% of it is fairly grounded. Last end, it goes like full Digimon, full like what in the hell is going on? What? We are literally stopping a creature, and I mean a monstrous creature. I don't mean like a cool looking just like a tall man with like.
Yeah.
No, it's a big nasty looking thing, and you fundamentally have to kill it. You have to kill the revived Niflheim thing by blowing it up, which is a very cliched way of defeating bad guys. And then of course you escape in the explosion and all the ends. But you're right. This is supposed to be like that darker. This time, Lara Croft means business because she's all upset and revenge. She's on the
other end of the law.
Yes,
like Captain America that's right. Civil War type.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. This time it's personal.
I was not expecting the story to go that route.
It goes absolutely just bonkers. Don't know why I keep saying wonkers. So yeah, at the end I was thinking, what is going on? I don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's weird.
Okay, but usually, when games try to pull this, it's going in one direction and then it just goes balls to the wall near the end.
It does.
And turns into something different. There are loads of times where that works.
Agreed, yes, there is.
And then you are being thrown next to said balls on said walls. It's good. It works.
It's like you've not watched the first season of Peacemaker, right? The John Cena TV
with John
series.
Cena.
Yeah, because the ending of that goes like just like that. You're tracking people down, and then the end is just this big, monstrous alien that's been milked. All sorts of things. It all just goes to 11 at the end, the last episode,
and it works. I'm assuming
it does. It does. No, that works really well. Yes, it does work really well.
That's what I'm talking about. That's good stuff. That's great. This doesn't. Okay, I've not made it that far, but I can assume this game does not pull it off.
Yeah, that's the problem. It does become... I desperately was trying to think. I haven't played the original Tomb Raider 1 or 2 and 3 in a very long time, and I was trying to think, does this go that mental? I know they have, like, statues that move and come to life and think, like the normal Indiana Jones type things that mystical powers turn on things in tombs. But I couldn't fully remember if it went full on, like, batshit mental. Like it was just normal and then batshit mental. And I don't think it did, but then I remember a T-Rex.
Probably. So it might have turned it up to 8 or 9, but not 11.
But this goes... and it's one of the things people didn't like about it because, again, like you said, the story, the undertones, the depth of Lara actually being human and kind of upset and revenge and angry and angsty and stuff like that. People were like, this is good. This is more dimensions to a character that people have grown up with. This is a fantastic thing. The end just finishes like, whoa, this is like 2 different games just got melded together, and you get to play like a Nathan Drake type guy called Curtis Trent for a little bit. For some reason, you play him for a little bit. He does very little. He's very cool and shoots things really well, but that's like his whole segment. There's not much else there than just yay. Get to play as a guy like a Nathan Drake fundamentally for like 40 minutes, and there you go. That's over. Back to Lara Croft.
That's fine. Usually when games do that, that's fine as well. But geez, the story is just when it takes routes like what you just explained, which is just absolutely insane. Mm-hmm. There, I usually think of the players or the viewers' suspension of disbelief.
Yes, agreed. Yes, I got you.
There's a certain point, a certain threshold, where a viewer or a person or a player would just go, "Oh, come on."
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Really?
Where we have like we have a degree of like, oh, this is kooky. This is fun.
But then it turns too kooky.
Yeah, you go, what? This is now just a mess, and it does. Sadly, the story is a little bit of a mess. It's like 2 stories combined and then just rushed all together, which is sad because it's probably one of the better things in the game. Really. Okay. Anything else?
Saying, but Jesus, just adding Nephilim, alchemists.
Yeah.
Probably a secret
shapeshifters. Yeah, I was so lost at the end. I just knew that he was a shapeshifter. He was the bad guy all along.
What is that?
I won't say who.
Tomb Raider.
Yeah. It's batty and it doesn't kind of pull it off. Like you said, sometimes you can get that thing and you go, wow, that was actually pretty awesome. Not this time. Okay, should we jump into visuals then? PlayStation 2 era. What did you think of PlayStation 2 era Lara Croft in Angel of Darkness?
I think visuals is the section that I scored the highest. And that's not saying much. That just means the other segments are scored.
Sounds like so bad. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I scored this the highest because I think that this, in my mind, this is what a PS2 game looks like.
Yes, that's true.
We played Samurai Jack, Shadow of a Cool last week.
Yeah.
And it looked horrible. It looked terrible.
Yeah, that is kind of a big contrast. Game. Yeah, that is a big contrast, right?
This is what I remember PS2 games looking like.
Same.
Low poly, but still detailed environments. If I was in a hallway, there'd be a cabinet, a vase, a newspaper in the corner. You could see the wooden beams up top. The elevator next to you would have metal bars. Mm-hmm. This is what I remember PlayStation 2 games looking like. The textures were bad, but that's just part of the era. And the one word that kept coming back to me when I looked at the graphics for this game was endearing.
Yes, it's hard to be our age and not look at all PlayStation 2 graphics to some degree with a degree of endearment and reminiscence, right? Yeah.
This is endearing. Samurai Jack, disgusting.
What I liked about this, though, I love that because this is the angstier, kind of angrier Lara, and so they put on eyeliner. like really thick eyeliner on her to be like, this is pure angst. This is pure vengeance.
This isn't your dad's Tomb Raider.
No, this is. I really went out and bought that pen eyeliner and I used it all under my eyes. This is my eyes pop now with my darkness and my inner demons. Right?
You think this is the angel of mild light? No.
Yeah. And I love it. It's on all of the advertising posters. Just if you look at the difference, it's such a thick eyeliner comparatively. It's like she was inspired by Jared Way or something like that. You know, granted. Like, it's really like, wow, this is like her emo period. I like it. She must be angry. Yes. God, this must be dark. Look at her.
But I still think the character model for Lara Croft looks really good.
Yeah, it's hard not to be charmed by it because I do remember PlayStation 1 era Lara Croft, and this is a lot better. And
yes.
There's a familiarity to it that does make you just smile. And her scenes were the only thing that slightly bugged me, and it's only because I've been married now for a few years, her hair looks like she's got split ends, and that really bugs me. I know that's someone who has virtually no hair, her split ends are actually annoying me. But then she's angst. Maybe angst just causes split ends, and maybe she doesn't have time to do her hair, right? Because she's busy
stressed because she's a fugitive.
That's right. Can't be easy to do good hair and visuals in regards to that type of thing.
I enjoyed that they still gave her some style. She's not just a dude protagonist that's got pants and a white shirt. No. Lara Croft's got style. She's got that very narrow early 2000s sunglasses.
Yes, classic, yes.
A full denim outfit.
Right.
And that's just the start of the game. All the other levels, she's wearing the outfit with the correct gear, but she looks good while doing it.
Yes, and they give her quite a few wardrobe changes, like you said, denim jacket. They got tight pants. They do later give her the whole compulsory under a scuba diving suit type aesthetic, which she zips off all seductively. And again, later on in the game, you do get the hot pants and the top. And the gun holster type look like the OG Lara Croft.
Yeah, listen, we're not going to say Lara Croft isn't objectified.
Oh no, she is 100%.
But they know their target market.
Yes, it's one of those things that everyone does talk about, but at least both sides now have the objectification aspect, right? Clive, Final Fantasy.
Clive.
Hell,
that's it.
Even Kratos. He's a big, burly, sexy dude with a big, muscly, grizzly beard, lumberjack type. That's a sexy man.
That's right. And can I just add, I'm all for it.
Yeah, agreed. I think as long as it's, it's both ways, right? Girls should have sexy guys to look at. Boys should have sexy girls to look at.
Absolutely.
And of course, we grew up with Lara Croft, so she's almost a pin-up model for us. I knew friends who did have her.
How many boys had Lara Croft on their wall?
Nearly all of them.
Tens
everyone
of thousands,
PC
millions,
Gamer magazine. That you always had Lara Croft posters on your wall because she's an icon, and like you said, and she's a good-looking icon, and she doesn't look too bad in this game either.
Much like I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be surprised if there are players somewhere over the world that's got a picture of Gustav on their wall from Expedition 33.
Oh God, I instantly went to Beauty and the Beast. And I was thinking, where's he going with this
Gaston.
one? That's Gaston. No, sorry. They all sound the same to me.
But I'm sure Gaston's on a couple of walls too.
Of course. No, I do agree. Of course, Gustav's actually. I think Gustav's a good-looking guy too. I don't know on my
not just good-looking, but he had character. He listened. He was empathetic. That's attractive.
No, very much so. The other thing I always forget about these games, and we go back to the PlayStation 2, and I think, oh God, okay, so it's going to be clunky, it's going to be bad, and it does have that aspect to it. But I'm always impressed the body movements of Lara in regards to the climbing, to the swimming. She changes her stroke in regards to which areas she kind of swims into, if she's going up or down, and breaststroke and all these other things. The human actual aspects of her movement are actually not that bad. I was kind of impressed with the way it's put across.
Yeah, I saw the same. I noticed the same thing. There are loads of actions that she does where the animators made her move very realistically to the point where I thought, was this motion captured?
Yeah, I think they all were to some degree. Granted, yes, with those bungee cables and all that other crap that you have to make a jump so high. But yes, it reminds me like of the old school Prince of Persia, where that had the same like human body movement. I think this was captured by some athlete of some sort, because it is too human. They're putting the hands down, squatting the knees and stuff like that. Oh, except for one thing. Okay, this is me being pure unk and like just an old person. There's a scene where she goes underwater to pull on chains, right? To pull chains downwards whilst underwater. Yes. And instead of like, she plants her feet against the wall horizontally and then starts pulling down, which would only pull you up the chain. It would not. You need to go upside down to pull something downwards underwater.
Well, that doesn't work.
It was so annoying to me because it's like 4 different scenes where you got to pull these chains, and she does it in each one. And I'm like, that's not how it works.
Lara Croft. This is Lara Croft we're talking about.
It's her unruly ability to also change physics as well as look
cool
good.
Factor.
Yeah, I know that's very one of those people who go watch movies and say, "Oh, he wouldn't have done that. That helicopter could never get at that altitude. Oh, you just died doing." There was just that one moment in this that really bugged me because I thought, God. The movement is nice.
I get it.
The underwater movement and everything she does is very human. It's just done in the wrong way, and that just bugs me. But apart from that, everything else, the climbing, the moving, the jumping, the kind of tripping, the liftings, the pull-ups and stuff like that, all kind of really human, very cool like aspect to them. That's very alive.
I have to agree with you there. Right. Anything more for visuals?
No, just the normal corny cutscenes and stuff, which I thought were pretty fun, but that's just because
you kind of expect
they were cheesy. Yeah, exactly. You do
when you're on your 6th Tomb Raider game.
Yes, exactly.
The cutscenes are going to look good.
Okay, audio. What did you think, Mr. Audio Man? How was the audio in this game?
I was surprised with the soundtrack for this game.
Yes.
Because I know this is a big, like a global spanning adventure. You go to different countries and it's this big journey. It makes sense for the soundtrack to sound like this atmospheric musical score. It sounds extremely cinematic, but it still caught me off guard with the music.
As it did a lot of people, by all accounts, if you look at the reviews and such.
Big, it's bombastic. You could hear the orchestra, and it almost feels like they lent some music from the movie.
Oh, really? I can't super remember the movie music. But I guess I can imagine that would be...
What I'm trying to get at is this doesn't sound like video game music from 2004.
Oh,
this sounds like movie music from 2004.
Yes, I got you. Again, you and I are both suckers for an orchestra, though, aren't we? So whenever they kick in an orchestra, it just hits different by all accounts. And most people found the music on this fundamentally the best part about it, because it is kind of very well done, and even if you looked at development type, the music was actually done on time and finished. It was one of the only processes that seemed to have gone really smoothly and
perfect because they got the right people for the job. It sounds good,
but there is actually something kind of like dodgy. The composer was Peter Connolly, right? Kind of famous. He did all the Lara Croft games, right? So he's been in the business for quite a long time.
Yeah.
So he kind of went a little like Lara Croft is my entire identity to some degree. So started kind of like... And then...
What do you mean by that?
I mean that in 2025, he spent 16 months in jail in England. He is English. Because during COVID, Corona time, England did this thing where when businesses were struggling, you could get a bounce back loan. So when Corona was starting to dissipate and people were allowed to go back to spending again, you were allowed to get a government loan to redo your business so that you could re-get some energy behind you. Mm-hmm. And he decided to do that for his business, and he lied about how much turnover he takes, and so he got a bigger bailout, and then he spent all that money on trying to develop a Tomb Raider like greatest hits album all on his own. And then kind of like just sell it so he would take all the cash from the whole like ensemble he did.
No.
And it failed abysmally. And then, of course, the government and taxpaying people said, okay, where's our money? Like,
where's the money? Where's the money
yeah.
you lent that you now need to pay back?
So he was jailed for 16 months. Like, whoa. I was like, damn. But it's because it sounds like he kind of just got obsessed because he was the Tomb Raider music man.
Yeah.
And he
convinced
doesn't seem like he got past that.
If there's anyone that's going to be the master of Tomb Raider music, 25 years of this franchise's music, it's going to be me.
Yeah, very, very... God, who sings that? Is that Lara... Not Lara Croft. Was that Britney Spears or Christina Aguilera?
No, that's NSYNC, I think.
No! Jeez! See, there goes... Good job, you're the audio guy. Yeah, you're right. It is NSYNC, I'm guessing. But another sad thing, this was again Lara Croft, voiced by Janelle Elliott, who also did the other Tomb Raider games, got dropped after this game because it didn't get too well. And she does... I know, she's like the classic OG Lara Croft. I thought that was also kind of mean. On the plus side...
You can't do that. That's like dropping... Oh, not as big, but that's like dropping the voice for Master Chief.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I never understand why they do that. They could have kept one thing from the OGs when they did the Crystal Dynamics and stuff like that. One thing so
extremely noticeable.
Yes, exactly. But no, again, it's a big corporation. One thing I did like is that when he went to Prague and to Paris and stuff, the accents changed of all the people. I thought that's they all weren't just Americans or British people, which I thought that adds to the immersion. One thing that doesn't is that Lara Croft grunts at every single movement she does. Every single time. Even a small, like, it kind of works if you're doing a big jump and it's like, and then you make it. But if you do a tiny jump onto a tiny box, she also goes, It's as soon as, like, you know that thing, like in How I Met Your Mother, when the glass ceiling thing breaks when they're eating.
Oh yes, of course. It just glass shatters.
Yeah, as soon as I started hearing her grunting, I just could not stop hearing it with every single movement she does.
That's funny. Thing. No, I was not expecting that at all. But now, when I'm definitely gonna play Angel of Darkness after this.
Yes.
I
know, it's weird. I'm
gonna not be able to stop hearing it.
It's almost uncomfortable. Like, if you had kids in the room whilst playing this game, it's worse than like a tennis match when Venus Williams versus it's uncomfortable. But I must say, on the plus side, I'm gonna hit you with something which I'm pretty sure you don't know the answer to.
Okay.
Is that Peter Van Eckhart, the main boss in this game, is voiced by Diplomatic Immunity Guy. Which you have no idea what I'm talking about, right?
What did you just say?
Diplomatic
Peter Eckhart,
Immunity.
The main antagonist, is voiced by Diplomatic Guy.
Diplomatic Immunity Guy. Very different guy. Diplomatic Immunity Guy, very famous.
Is that? What does that mean?
Yeah, well, I got it. I didn't expect. Okay, you've definitely or must have heard of the Lethal Weapon franchise, right? The movies. Riggs, Murtaugh.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm too old for this shit. That's right. Lethal Weapon 2, the bad guy is played by Josh Ackland, who plays actually a South African. He plays a South African, I think it's drug dealer or diamond smuggler. Okay. And at the very end of the movie, he hides behind his diplomatic immunity and then gets shot in the head. But he says the line, "Diplomatic immunity," and then gets shot straight in his brain. But it's an epic scene in that movie, and it's the same guy who voices the bad guy in this. Which I know to you isn't really. Oh, okay, that's nice. But anyone who's a big movie person, it's Diplomatic Immunity Guy. Which is really important because he's epic and that was a great scene. And Lethal Weapon 2 is actually pretty good. Go watch it.
You know what? I'm happy the voice for Diplomatic Immunity Guys in this game. That made no difference towards my feelings.
No, it really didn't. It really, but to me, it meant everything. Okay, anything else audio, or should we just jump straight into the gameplay?
Let's go to easily the worst part of this entire package.
Which is crazy for a Tomb Raider game, right? Literally, fundamentally, the best part of the package in previous versions,
It should 100% be, because a big part of these Tomb Raider games are just platforming.
Yes, super. That's very much the whole shtick of a lot of them. Yeah.
So if you have a platformer game and easily the most horrible part of that package is the gameplay, you've got a stinker. You've got a stinker on your hands.
Yeah, agreed. And the thing about this game, I remember playing Tomb Raider 2, right? And some of the platforming was actually really smart. You had to do a side jump, to a backflip, to slide down a ramp, to jump onto a rope and swing across and just make it in time, right? Kind of like a skill-based type movement to a lot of the puzzles they did. And of course, it was smoother, and it was kind of like, it wasn't overly complicated to pull off, but when you pulled it off, you were like, hell yeah, that was a cool scene. That was a cool bit, right?
Of course, that's the main focal point of those games.
Yes, 100%.
Because, in which game can you visit Lara's house with the creepy butler?
I think that's 2 as well, because I played that level a lot, because there's an obstacle course that I just obsessed with.
This game, when you visit her mansion, the funnest thing to do besides locking the butler in the freezer...
You know about locking the butler in the freezer? So I didn't know you knew that. Do you know about the secret room?
I do.
Okay, sorry, continue.
Is completing the obstacle course around the mansion.
Loved it. Yep, no doubt.
Tell me, why would a game not focused on gameplay have that?
That's exactly right. No, I think as a kid I played that level to death because I was a kid and and the butler was annoying and you had to lock him in the freezer because he was a pain in the ass.
How did this franchise
I don't know how
so
it went so wrong. I don't know. I think it's because it tried to add bits from other games. I thought like the inventory and the ammo kind of like thing was kind of Resident Evil-esque. The stealth segments were kind of like it was trying to squeeze in some Splinter Cell or something in there. It was very much like
I got a lot of Splinter Cell by playing this game.
There was a lot of like... Again, I don't... what do you think of stealth mechanics? I don't like them. Those little bits where you get that mission where you can kill no one and have to sneak by, I find a bit of a grind. Just like guarding missions of like transport or people who are run into everything. I don't like those types of gameplay.
Stealth mechanics in a game I don't instantly get, but after let's say the 4th encounter and the stealth mechanics click and I can finish an entire field of dudes by just stealthing, that is a feeling. When I get that feeling, I completely understand why people play stealth games.
Well, that's one of those things I don't think I
understand.
I don't think I have the patience because the amount of times I played Hitman, right? You play Hitman, you're doing your stealthy things, you're hiding a cyanide in a turkey leg or something, and then it goes wrong for like 1 second and someone spots you. I just get the the ballers out and just kill everyone. Like, I don't restart because I'm like, nah, I did all that. I did all the sneaking and someone just caught me at the end. No, I'm not doing it. So I just blow everyone away fundamentally.
No, that's not how you play Hitman.
But I know, but that's a me thing.
I mean, Hitman did stealth. The big twist with stealth in Hitman is you're hiding in plain sight.
That's very true.
If you've got the right suit, you can walk past everyone and assassinate someone and then literally walk out.
Literally the power of bold you're talking about now. Just see how cool that is, right? I can walk past anyone.
Yes.
I can go anywhere I want
Agent
to.
47.
Exactly. That's right. This we all unite as a people that don't get recognized or picked up in large areas.
So, but I think that is a good stealth game. That's got good mechanics.
Yeah, this one doesn't.
Has got bad mechanics. It's a bad game with bad gameplay. It deserves a smack on the nose.
And it tries like Lara Croft games. Auto locking is always a thing. That's in this game. So you know what the biggest just I want to cry to some degree. You don't dual wield pistols. You can't. Only later when they revamped like the remastered like version, you can. But they released a Lara Croft Tomb Raider game where you do not dual wield pistols, and you get given pistols. There are pistols on the ground all over the bloody place.
Yeah.
Her iconic thing is dual wielding pistols. She flips and jumps. That was such a weird thing not to add to the gameplay.
I agree. That's Lara Croft's thing, besides skimpy clothing.
Yeah, it's like taking a boy out of God of War. Like Kratos says boy. That's what he does.
Exactly.
I do like that some of the puzzles were a little bit more complicated. It wasn't just pull this lever, pull that lever, opens door. There was kind of a degree of you have to pull it in this order or have to work out which person it was referencing in regards to these. Again, kind of Resident Evil level of puzzles, kind of like they do make you use your brain a bit, but ever so slightly until you're like, okay, yeah, I get it. But all in all, you're right. Gameplay wise, it's just not good. Even this,
I'd go even further than not good. It's bad. It's
and even
be avoided at all costs.
There's an increasing arm and leg strength mechanic that doesn't.
Oh, what is that?
Really?
What is that?
It doesn't change much. Like I never, even at the weakest arms, I didn't run out of stamina quickly.
Like, to anyone listening, if I can quickly explain this mechanic, right? At certain points in the level, you will encounter heavy things, like a heavy crit or a heavy door. And then when you try to interact with them, Lara just says, ooh, I'm not strong enough for this. Mm-hmm. Which is the game telling you need to go find something else to do.
Yes.
That will give you a quote-unquote leg upgrade or arm upgrade. Right. If you kick down a door, that gives you a leg upgrade. Yep. And Lara says, I feel stronger now.
Yeah, I know.
Now you're able to move a heavy crate because you've got the leg upgrade. It's asinine.
It is such a weird thing to chuck in there that, like you said, adds no actual level of like gameplay aspect to it. You just kind of slightly annoyed you can't break down the door, and then you just wait for her to say, oh, I feel stronger now.
It's not a button that you press that turns a 0 into a 1. No, you kick down a door, potentially hurt your foot, but now all of a sudden, you can move the heavy crate. What is this?
Yeah, it's a mishmash of ideas all put in like quickly.
Yes.
But they don't kind of work. They don't work together. No. They work separately, kind of like just gears working without a connecting cog, right?
This gameplay made me cross. It made me mad. I did not want to play this game because the game was fighting me playing it. There's a level still early in the game where you need to climb apartment buildings, but the police busts in and throws down a single smoke grenade that gases the entire building. And after they've thrown that in, they just disappear.
They've done their job. Their job was to throw a smoke grenade. They had no other job at that very moment.
No, so you climb this apartment building, probably 4 floors, but you still asphyxiate if you take too long.
Yeah, it's so. We're very much like, I've got the Tomb Raider goggles on. The past games are good. Even 1 and 2 are still quite good. If you play the remasters, they're not that bad. They've aged quite well. But this game should have aged better because it's a newer game. It was 2000, was it 3?
Exactly. This is the PlayStation 2 game. People have got the rosiest goggles for PlayStation 2.
Yes. The Metal Gear Solid, fantastic. You know, same kind of like overpowered protagonist that's got all the skills. This shit is falls short on every single time. And I don't know, where do you put the camera issues? Are you going to put that in performance or is that gameplay? I don't really know where to put that.
I'm going to put that in performance.
Yeah, okay. So anything else gameplay-wise? Because
gameplay is just... I cannot stress enough how bad this is. You should not be playing this game. If you are curious about it, go read up about this, the insane story. Oh, go watch a gameplay walkthrough of this. Just please do not play this unless you have got already established rose-tinted goggles from when you played this 20 years ago.
Because I read up about this one, and it's called something like a grid-based recognition system. So if you line up Lara forwards in like a grid line, but if you deviate from that perfect grid line, she'll miss the jump, or she won't hold the item or grab the box and stuff like that. Again, it's they built kind of a new system for the PlayStation 2 instead of using the old one. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't work because you are fighting your camera and the positioning of Lara almost all the time. Every single gunfights, stealth bits, walking around, climbing on roofs, just trying to
despise it.
Just trying to line up with something so you can jump up on it. There's one bit where you walk across a beam, then have to grab a rope above you, and I could not get her to line up just to jump up to get the rope. It was driving me mad.
I had trouble with the jumping itself. Because if there was a certain point where I needed to jump from the top of a crate, I moved the crate and now I need to jump from the crate. That's fine, right? Yeah. Tons of games have done that before. I've done that tons of times in game and out of game.
Of course, he's always jumping on crates. You just see him. He's mad. Friggin' supermarkets, malls. It's like, what are you doing, Nick? Get off that crate.
I'm jumping off of crates.
So he's doing it all the time.
Respect my authority.
Yeah, you cannot take him anywhere. But yeah, you say.
But in Tomb Raider, Angel of Darkness, Lara does this weird thing where if you press forward, she walks a couple of steps and then she runs.
That's right. She does have a weird run toggle thing, yeah.
So if you're on top of a crate that's got very limited walk space and you press forward, she would walk and then very inconsistently start running. So I would judge the space on the crate left that I've got to walk to press A.
Yeah.
And that space would change because now she's all of a sudden running and now falling, and I'm pressing jump while she's already falling from the crate, and I hate this game.
Yeah, that was it's again. I try to look at these things and think. I think to myself, was the original one this bad? Like, am I just forgetting that the controls have always been like this, and this is just like old games? But it's not. If I've played Tomb Raider 2, and the jumping system in that is so much cleaner. It's such a point forwards run jump, and then you do that dramatic grab type aspect to it. This game is just kind of broken in that way. And the camera is insane. Even trying to just aim to shoot an auto lock shoot, aiming at bad guys. They're in the room behind the door. You're standing in the door frame, and I want to shoot said bad guy at 45 degrees. Yeah. But if you don't aim Lara's shoulder to the left a bit, she doesn't shoot, or she runs into the room. But she just and the guy just there, just releasing his MP5 into you, like what?
Oh, of course, just because you're fighting the camera.
Yes, it is sadly really janky and almost unplayable at times. Not only that, you're also dealing with frame rate drops like you would not believe in regards to...
We've segued into performance. We have. I had frequent frame rate dips.
Yeah.
Which made no sense.
The frame rate's mental.
Optimized.
Yeah, it's crazy. If you just thinking that Final Fantasy X came out and Metal Gear Solid, Sons of Liberty and all that came on, and they do not, at least not I can remember, did not have many frame rates whatsoever. Mm-hmm. This game's just not. I'm very sad. Core Group got dropped for it because they deserved better.
They made 5 good Tomb Raider games.
They really did. They really did. I don't get that. That's so weirdly mean. Yeah, but this game is a disappointment. It kind of goes hand in hand with the movie, The Cradle of Life. They're just not good, and they're not even good bad. Like there are some games that also fit that category. This is not.
No, I love me some good bad. This isn't good bad. This is bad.
Okay, after that then, so what do you think value for money? What do you... I can't imagine it's great. Wouldn't it be crazy? Apart from all that, the gameplay's crap, everything's bad, but value for money, my god, this is amazing.
Just perfect.
So much. So what did you think value for money?
My argument for value for money is usually that if, no matter how much you pay, if you can get your value for the money you pay in the quality of the experience, it's good, right? If it's a quality 10 hours compared to a mundane 50 hours, I'd take the quality 10 hours any day.
I agree entirely. This game itself is about 5 to 6 hours long. If you don't have problems with the controller, camera, frame rate issues and stuff like that, it's 5 or 6 hours. If you do have issues, it's 20 and you're going to break your controller. It's $7 on Steam and Good Old Games.
Too much.
Which I was thinking this. I was wondering if you were going to say that because I want to say $7 is too much. But on the other side, because this kind of makes you kind of smile and happy for gamers in general, someone for the PC version fixed it on the modding community. Yeah, the modding community on Nexus Mods, which is a fairly famous modding website. Someone actually took the time and fixed this game for PC. Frame rate issues fixed, the clunky controls fixed, cleans up some of the graphics. The story's obviously not fixed by any, but someone actually took the time to lovingly fix, like, obviously like a Tomb Raider, Lara Croft, like, uber fan. So if you get the PC version and then use this guy's great mod, it's probably worth $7. But again, you can't really say that, oh yeah, this game's worth it, as long as you get 6 different patches, download this fix here, change the sound, make sure that this person's important.
I get what you mean. So... But,
yeah, it's not worth $7. Do not buy the PlayStation version. It's not worth $7.
The value for money. Whatsoever. And back in the day, $60? Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Full price. If you bought this game full price, scam. that would have been so disappointing.
There are certain parts of this game that I do like.
Yes.
I like the way this game looks. I like the environments. This is some endearing peak PlayStation 2 graphics, which it's that PlayStation 2 low poly that I adore. It looks good. It plays horribly.
And I do believe they also fixed a couple things in the remaster of this, but I think that's only the dual gun thing and a couple little things. I think the mod is actually far better. So yeah,
do you think that this game feels half baked because things got cut and it needed to be rushed for the film?
I do think it is a story of like mismanagement and pressure, which is very sad in the long run, taking into account such a beloved franchise. But I do think it's just all those things coming together to make a mess. Which is, again, it's quite funny that's the first Lara Croft game you get to play, like the proper first.
Why?
Because the other ones genuinely aren't that bad. Like, I've been playing this thinking I need to play the Crystal Dynamics one, the remake. I've only played that like halfway through, and I think that was actually quite a good game. So play that game. Do not spend $7 on the PlayStation 2 version of this game whatsoever.
I should play it. Yes. If you're listening, ladies and gents, go play the Crystal Dynamics.
Yes, it's actually supposed to be that bad.
Remake trilogy. Those are way better. So I've been told.
Yes, I've only played... I get very confused because Tomb Raider kind of gets remastered and re-released and stuff so many times. I actually do not know which version of Tomb Raider we're on anymore. Is Lara Croft still a teenage girl? Is she a grown-up? Is she older now?
She's a young adult.
Yeah, and there's a few other movies now who've, like, new actors that I'm like, is she an adult or are we back to teenager Lara Croft again? Or young adult
I don't
again?
even remember. Really? We've got new movies?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I saw... on Netflix or something, I saw the little thumbnail coming up. I didn't recognize the actress, nobody. No. Tomb Raider. I'm kind of glad Tomb Raider is still going. It's a franchise that deserves to still be going.
It's got some history.
It's beloved. Yes.
It's got some history. It's not all good, and it's part of that little space where women look down on it because the female lead is just
there was a
hot
lot
lady,
of that.
and that's it.
There was a lot of that.
But, so I can understand that for some people it feels antiquated, but
yes,
it is a big part of some people's childhood. So I mean, it does have some value. It's
one of those legacy games. The only reason we have Nathan Drake is Lara Croft. It's the only reason we have these other platforming games with such cool mechanics. Be it Prince of Persia reboot. This is all due to games like Tomb Raider, kind of showing you how it works and how it's done and how this actually does sell and stuff like that.
One of
those
have
the games now.
Predecessor games that kind of pave the way for a brand new genre forward, like
that's exactly
Gears of War, Dark Souls, Half-Life 2, those type stuff.
So you gotta respect it just for that, by all accounts. You can have your opinions in regards to the character model and the perfectionist that they are in making her. But yeah, this game, don't do it. Play the other ones. Don't touch it. Watch the first movie because that's not bad. That's good. Don't watch any else.
Okay, watch the first movie. Play the remake trilogy, and if you still want some more Tomb Raider, what do?
Bake cookies. Lara Croft cookies. Is there other... Oh, there's a Game Boy Tomb Raider game and stuff, which is supposed to be trash, but if you want the old school, want to try something different, there is a Game Boy Advance version of it.
Nice.
Yeah, and again, it's so sad. It makes me so sad. I have such fond memories of Tomb Raider, and this game does not do it any justice.
No. I'm sad this is my first Tomb Raider game.
Yes, you really you have to play one of the other games just to kind of get this one out your head, kind of like a palate cleanser. You can't just take this home as the Tomb Raider experience. That's just not on. Okay, so what did we score this magnificent beast of a game?
So, I don't even know what to say here. Our scores for Tomb Raider, Angel of Darkness. Let's see here. Okay. They were all born, bred, and turned into a couple of nice friends in an old Aztec village. I'm saying old. Ancient Aztec village, running around doing Aztec kid things, having fun, jumping. I don't know what do Aztec kids do until
they're known for jumping. You're right. Aztec kids are known for jumping.
A big old cataclysm destroyed and buried the village. Until one day, a faithful, extremely hot female archaeologist unearthed these kids, but only one of them. And them being the letter grade rating of D+. Again, not an F.
Yeah, well, like I said, I thought we were kind of mean to Samurai Jack, and we gave that bad boy an F. I couldn't just lower the scores. Again, it's my goggles. I'll put my hands to it. I like Tomb Raider. I couldn't be that mean to it.
You know what? No, let's keep this one at a D+. Let's keep this one at a D+. Because, I mean, even I said I like the way this game looks.
Yes.
This looks like what I remember PlayStation 2 games look like in a good way.
But I love how it's a D+, but don't play it. It's like a unique grading system. It's a D+, but don't you dare touch it as a game, or you're gonna hate it.
Just look at it.
Just look at it. That's right. It should be in a museum somewhere, just so you can look at it and say,
but in the back of a museum.
Yes, in the back rooms, like, oh yeah, this was also a Lara Croft game, but you should run away from it now.
let's move on to the Shadow of the Tomb Raider or something.
Yes, exactly. No, it's funny. It's funny that we're saying. It's D, but don't touch it. Don't go play other Lara Croft games.
The last D+ game we had was Lost Soul Aside,
which is also kind of it's kind of sad.
I remember kind of liking Lost Soul Aside, or liking more parts of Lost Soul Aside than Tomb Raider, Angel of Darkness.
When we go back to the grades, and we ever go back to like the ones that are like low and stuff like that, I kind of go, oh. Why were we so mean? Like, can't everyone just get along?
Why were we so mean?
Why are we so? But yeah, I believe in our integrity of journalists and gaming journalism, that we were definitely 100% right, and that's the only score it can get. There is a level of respect
that we should be given,
being
gaming. Talkers.
Oh, exactly. We are the peak of knowledge and just opinion. It's definitely a D+. This is there's just no doubting it. These are D+ games. And that is what it is. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise.
The gameplay is super F.
Oh damn, that's like a double F. There is such things.
Something like that. In Devil May Cry, you get those triple S scores.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Combat scores.
Super
if a game could get a triple F score, it would be Tomb Raider: Angel of Darkness's gameplay.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's pinpricked it down to the depths of hell itself, right?
Yeah.
I'm just getting flashbacks of my like friggin' high school, like triple. Like I'm not that dumb, but could you get triple Fs on your exams? Like no, not again. But yeah, it is what it is. It's a D+ game.
Yeah.
It's just don't play it. Play Lara Croft 1, play 2, play Crystal Dynamics, play anything else Lara Croft, but this one.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of the Critical Arcade Podcast. If you could leave a review, I'm just going to say leave a review. I'm not even going to say all the other things. You know what they are. You know exactly what they are.
We're so popular now, we don't even have to ask you to push them, because like the 6 people... No, we don't. I
just know if your name starts with an M.
Nice.
Yeah. You.
Yeah, all you M's out there. Yeah.
Push the button.
Know what to do. I love the idea. We could have like 6,000 people listening right now, and in theory, just one M. They're like, well,
just one Michael.
Okay, statistically unlikely, but yeah, just like one Michael or just like one Max. Oh, I'll do that. I got called out. There you go. Hey.
Oh, push the button. Just if it looks like a thumbs down, don't press that button.
No
press the other button.
No one else. So basically, if your name is beginning with a letter from the alphabet, press the button. Right? That seems that's inclusive.
That's
much
better. That's much better.
There you go.
Yeah. Do all of those, and also, Dave, we'd like to know, where can we follow you?
You can follow me out and about, but being a big fan of Tomb Raider and of course the company Core Design, I managed to rig up a system where your body will be controlled by an old PlayStation 2 control. But not controlled in like the good way in PlayStation 2 controls, like Solid Snake in Metal Gear Solid, or like Tidus in Final Fantasy X. You will be controlled like this version of Lara Croft, and I will own the controller. So, by all accounts, I may make you jump over cavernous reaches, I may make you jump off elevators, but I will not be able to make you jump in a straight line successfully, or just may run you off said things in a traumatic fall, which will break every bone in your body, and then I get to do it again, whilst you're a big broken mess of bone and flesh. So that got darker than I expected. I think it's the mascara eyes I'm looking at. Like that Lara's staring at my soul right now on my piece of paper. And so, yeah, if you do that, then that will happen to you.
Jeez. Are you okay?
I don't know. I think I might need help. I need to go sit down for a minute. But yeah.
Before you do that, though, just please tell us, what have we got lined up for next week?
Next week, I always see this game thinking, oh, cool, this is going to be like a robot game. This is going to be like a front mission or some sort of Gundam game. The game's called Fatal Frame, and I thought because they're always frames, and that's what you call those big robots.
Because they're these big spacesuits.
So I'm like, oh, great, I love those games. Except for the other day, what was it? PlayStation Japan did a whole thing, and which game are they remastering? It's Fatal Frame, so I'm like, oh, okay, let's have a look at the new remaster. But no, it's a horror game. It's a complete and total horror game about taking photos of horrible things. Like, literally, you don't get to run away because you got to say, like, cheese and smile and... So yeah, that sounds great.
Big scary ghosts. And not just is it a horror game, it's a Japanese horror game.
They do. They got some secret sauce when they do horror games, by all accounts.
They really do.
So I guess I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, Fatal Frame next week.
I actually am looking forward to that. But yes, tune in next week to listen to us talk how we shit our pants, and we'll see you then. Cheers.
Cheers.